There it is. Hi, everybody. It's Miss Barb from Mama Says. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Yesterday we had quite a bit of storms here in Florida. We're supposed to have some more today. So we didn't get any yard work done today because it is so wet out there. It is just unreal how much rain we got yesterday. So what I'm doing today is I am making what most people would call a keto-friendly ham salad. So for those of you who, there we go, yeah, I look better. For those of you who have had bariatric surgery and you are at that stage where you can start eating some of this stuff, it's a really simple recipe. It is just kind of an old-fashioned ham salad. So what I did is the other day when I was at the store, I bought 3 ham steaks, the littler ones, but yay big, about this thick, in a package. I bought 3 different ones. And I cut them up into cubes, like, little cubes like so. And I put them in a container for snacks. Now, when I've had them several days, then what I do is I take them out because I don't like things to go bad. I hate wasting money, especially with the price of groceries these days. So what I do with it, if I've had them for 4 or 5 days cut up in there, and I've kind of slowed down on eating them because, same snacks, you get bored, and it's only me eating them. So then what I do is I'm making ham salad. So in my food processor, I threw all the ham in there. I ran it through, and I don't like mine like mushy. So this has got it's still kind of got pieces to it. However, you can leave it in as long as you want. So if you like yours to be baby food paste, you're welcome to it. If you want bigger chunks than this, you're welcome to it. That's the nice thing about cooking is everybody gets to do what they want to do with their recipes. You like stuff spicy, you don't like stuff spicy. So what we have here, we're going to put in some mayo in a minute, and we have some mustard, and you can use any kind you like. Again, there is no wrong way to do this. Any brand you like. I am not one of those people that's rubbing down you have to use something. I think that it all depends on your taste. Also coupons. What's on sale? That has a lot to do with it, except for Dawn dish soap. I won't go anywhere else besides Dawn dish soap. Some pickles. I like dill pickles. It's because of how I was raised. The other issue is if you're a diabetic, believe it or not, there's a lot of sugar in sweet pickle relish. So those are places that you need to consider if you've had bariatric surgery or if you're diabetic and you're trying to watch how much sugar you intake. Things that you need to pay attention to are ketchup, barbecue sauce, sweet pickle relish. Those things, a lot of your salad dressings, they have a lot of sugar in them. If I cannot remember who the doctor was, but it was on one of them shows that have the doctors on there, and they were talking about things like this. And on the back of your labels, the doctor said if sugar is one of the first 3 to 5 ingredients, put it back on the shelf. And I kind of adopted that rule. I won't say I'm perfect at it, but I kind of tried to adopt that rule. So give it a whirl. Give it a try. You would be surprised how much it will help with your diabetes. And if you have had the bariatric surgery, the sugar causes, for a lot of people, it causes what they call dumping syndrome. And you get very sick, very ill feeling. You get nauseated. You break out in sweats. It's a really bad feeling. I've only had it twice in the 2 years, well, a little over a year now that I've had the surgery. I've only had it twice. Did not like it. Both times my own fault. So just giving you a heads up. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to cut up some onion. Let me get you guys down here so you can see what's going on. I'm going to cut up some celery and some onion. Now, when I get this home from the grocery store, the first thing I do is I take this out and I clean it. And as you can see, it's nasty because I just got it home. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pause you guys, and I'm going to go over and I'm going to clean this because this is nasty. So let's see, which one is paused? All right, we're back. Okay, now I cleaned up the celery and I took off a couple of stalks. Now I like a lot of celery in mine. It's a good fiber and it's not any calories and it's good for your intestines. One of the big issues and it helps fill you up. One of the big issues that people who have had gastric bypass is they have constipation. So as soon as they allow you to start eating vegetables, you need to start eating them. This is something that you can add in, and you cut it up very fine. It cooks into mush. You don't even know it's in there, but it does its thing. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I clean these. Now I've already washed them and I dried them off. So let me put you down here where you can see what's going on. Okay. Now I personally take these pieces like this and set them off to the side. I have a bag in my freezer, and I put all my scraps in the freezer bag. And when I get a couple of gallons of scraps, everything, carrot peelings, potato peelings, pieces of carrots where you cut off the ends, the pieces of the celery, onion peels, I mean the whole 9 yards, whatever I'm doing. I then will take all of that and I will put it in a crock pot with some water and, you know, some other kind of salt and pepper, nothing overpowering. And I will let that cook for 24 to 48 hours. And then I strain it, and I have not chicken broth. I do the same thing with chicken bones, but then I have vegetable broth. And you portion it in 2-cup portions, put it in your little zipper bags, and lay it flat in the freezer, so you get these little flat bags, and then you have 2-cup portions. So if you want to make some rice, instead of using water, you can use your 2 cups of chicken broth or vegetable broth. Just another way to save money, so you don't have to buy the Swanson or whatever brand you happen to buy broth. You can make it with your leftovers. And every penny that you can earn, that you can save these days, is a penny that you've earned. So I'm going to scoop these up, throw them in here with the ham, like so. And then we're going to take our onion. Everybody has their own way to cut an onion. I cannot tell you how many different ways I have seen an onion cut. Been told that, you know, run it under water, yada yada. There's 100 different ways, and you know, you do what works for you. What I do, I cut mine in half. I have these great little keepers right here, like this. You can put onions in it, you can put tomatoes in it, you can put anything in it like that. And close it up. It'll go in the fridge in a couple of minutes. And there you have it. And then we take off this outer skin, throw it over there in my pile. Scrape everything off. Always make sure your hands are dry when you are working with your vegetables, because they're moist and you get that on there, and then what happens is you're not holding onto the knife good, and you're not holding onto the vegetables, and your hand slides around and you wind up cutting yourself. So be careful with that. I like to use sweet white onions. You can use whatever you want. If you like a more pungent onion, then by all means, get the big red onion. And get that spicy onion. There is no wrong way to do this. I keep saying that over and over. There is no wrong way to cook. There are different ways. There is no such thing as a wrong way to cook. There are different ways. I'm sure there's going to be some smart person out there that says, well, if you're baking a cake, you don't put barbecue sauce in it. Well, you know, maybe you don't, but maybe somebody else does. It's plain and simple. So we're going to make sure our onion's all diced up real small. I do not like chunky onion. I love onion, but I don't like it chunky. So if you like chunky onion, you go for it. You have chunky onion. We'll put that right over in there. Okay, just like so. Now, pickles. You can, let me get you guys up here, you can see me a little bit. You can take whole pickles if you like, or pickle slices. If you don't want to have, you know, a jar of pickles and a jar of pickle slices and relish, you can take your pickle slices and chop them up yourself. You can put them in a little hand processor. They have little bitty food processors. They're $10. They're yay big. You can put little things in them. You can get them at Walmart. So you don't have to do it this way. You can do it the other way. You know, do what makes you happy. Couple of tablespoons. I don't go too crazy with the pickle relish. I like to be able to taste my ham. So if you want more pickle relish, put more pickle relish in. No big deal. Mayo. I do not, hang on. I do not know who called, but they will go away. I boiling some eggs over there for the salad and for snacks later. Like I said, meal prepping is a big thing. It's very important. I don't measure when I'm making stuff like this because I've been making it since I was a kid. Always use a clean spoon. One of the things, especially with mayo, is if you've had it in the pickle relish or you've had it in something else and you put it in your mayo or your sour cream, it leaves icky stuff in there. And I don't know. I just can't do it. So always use a clean spoon when you're working with mayo and sour cream. It's the only thing it should be used for. Okay. I don't measure. I just kind of go, okay, that looks like that's about right. It's easier to add more to it than it is to try and take it out. So start out, couple heaping tablespoons. If it's not enough, add some more. Same with the mustard. I just do a couple squirt. You can use any type of mustard that you want to use. Hang on, I got to get my spoon. This is my trusty wooden spoon. I have had this thing for God alone only knows. I've had it as long as my daughter is old, and she's 27. I love this spoon. I don't even know where I got it anymore. I love wooden spoons, but good quality ones. Don't buy the ones from the dollar store. They're cheap. They break. I learned that in my 20s. So now, this is what this looks like at the moment, except it doesn't have any egg in it. We need some egg. And I love this. This is called Dano's. I love this stuff. It is got all kinds of goodies in it, but it's very low in sodium. So if you have sodium intake issues where you're not allowed to have a lot of sodium, this is a really good one to use. Okay, so I just kind of sprinkle some in there till it looks about right. If you like it spicy, this guy also makes a chipotle one, and I forget what the spicy one's called. So, you know, low in sodium compared to the others. Sodium is not a big issue for me. I am on a heart pill, so, you know, my sodium's low if I don't eat extra sodium. So now we have all the goodies in here except for the egg. And we're just going to stir this around. And again, I mean, I use a great big bowl when I do this because I am a sloppy stirrer. Always have been. You would think that I was still a kid compared to other people. But, so I just get a bigger bowl. And that way, all my stuff stays in my bowl. So now you can add some cheese into this if you want. I'm going to put some boiled eggs in it here in a few minutes when they get done. This is basically what it looks like. And we're going to get another clean spoon here. And we're just going to taste it. Oh, you're wonderful. Now, if you are not on a bariatric diet, bariatric program, journey, you can use saltines, Ritz crackers, put it on bread. For those of you who are on a bariatric journey, Quest chips work real well. They have like 4 flavors. I like the taco flavor and I like the nacho cheese. I haven't tried the one in the green with the lime. Haven't tried that one yet. You can also take they have low carb tortillas. There's lots of brands out there. I'll be honest at this point, I buy whichever one's on sale. I've never seen a coupon for any of them, but I buy whichever one's on sale. But I always buy the low carb, no carb, or like, you know, 1 carb. I usually buy the smaller ones because if you're on a bariatric journey, the thing is portion control is key. And if you are on a weight loss journey in general, even if you haven't had the surgery, portion control. Portion control. I do not do portion control well. I literally have to use smaller plates, smaller bowls, smaller everything. Even after the surgery, it is an issue for me. It's all up in here. It's a brain thing. But I know it and I've addressed the situation, and that's how I do it. So if you have the same issue, get a smaller plate. Get a smaller plate, you can't put as much on it. Just a thought. So let me put some of this stuff away and check on my eggs, and I'll come back in just a minute and we'll finish up this chicken salad. Oh, it's not chicken salad, it's ham salad. Pause. All right, I'm back. All right, I want to show you guys something right quick while we're waiting on the eggs. Remember a while ago I told you that I have a bag in my freezer full of goodies. And there's, like, see here, there's some mushrooms. I had them used up. I bought the big one, and I'd used up a little more than half. Had some, they were getting ready to start going bad. I threw them all in here, just threw them in whole. Carrot peelings, whatever you have, just throw it in there. So everything that we were just using, the onion skin, the celery, all that, we're just going to put that right in there. Just put it all in the bag. See, put it all in there. And this bag is about full. So I will be starting a second bag, because it usually takes 2 of these gallon bags. Push all the air out of it. It takes 2 gallon bags to put in. I have a big 5.5 quart crock pot that I use. It takes 2 of those. Just stuff them in there and then add any seasonings you want to add, or none. And fill it full of water. Let them cook down. Strain it. And you have wonderful, healthy broth. That is basically all it costs you is the electricity for your crock pot. Because if you go to the store and you buy that stuff, you're paying $3 or $4 for that quart container. I mean, I know someone's going to say, I pay $1.98. Well, good for you. Most of us don't. So this is how our parents and grandparents did it. Mostly our grandparents. So you're going to throw them away, but why not get something extra out of them while you can? So then you just take this, throw it back in your freezer. I'm going to start another bag. Take another 2 or 3 weeks. I'll have 2 bags, and then I will go to town. So like if you have some potatoes that are getting ready to go bad, you know, cut them up a little bit and throw them in the bag. If you've got some carrots that have been in the refrigerator and they're kind of, but they're not really bad, but you don't want to use them, throw them in the bag. Just chop them up a little bit, throw them in the bag. Same with celery. Celery's a good one for that. People let it go. Okay, so just some ideas, just helping out with the grocery bill. And every penny counts, especially in today's economy. I'll put you on pause again. All right, we're back. Got my eggs here. And we are going to dump those in the sink. And we are just going to, sorry about that. We are just going to run some cold water over them, and we are going to start peeling them. I like to use a spoon. I'm a little weird. Just kind of cool these off a little bit. But this is how my mom taught me how to do it. You take your eggs. I work with them while they're hot. Just kind of break your egg up. And again, I'm going to tell you, there's going to be 50 people. It's going to tell you 50 different ways to do an egg. And again, there is no wrong way to do an egg. Do it any way you want. Mom taught me, you just kind of do that, and you slide that spoon right up underneath the edge of that membrane, and there's your egg. And we're going to set them right over here. I have one of those handy dandy little dish towel things that you put your dish rack on. Not that I use it anymore for that, but I put all kinds of wet stuff on it, put dishes on it. So you just kind of like find your little spot, like that, peel it down, and then just slide your spoon up underneath like so. And see how the spoon's kind of up underneath there? You just kind of go around, and then you just take your egg, and usually you get all of it off, just like that, and voila, peeled egg. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put you guys on pause. I'm going to peel the rest of these. I went ahead and boiled up a dozen. No, I'm not putting a dozen in there. I'm only going to put 4. The others are for me to put in the refrigerator for lunches and snacks throughout the next 4 or 5 days. No, I don't usually eat all those eggs. I usually have a helper. He shall remain nameless. You know, Mr. Honey Bunny. Yeah, he will get in those boiled eggs. Not that he will admit to it. But if there was 6 eggs in there and now there's 4 and I haven't eaten them, there's only 2 of us living in the house. So I guess the dog got in the refrigerator. I mean, Miss Maddie must have opposable thumbs. That's all I can say. So I'll be right back, folks. Don't go away. Let's see if we can, y'all bear with me. One of these days I'll get this down really well. Okay, we're back. All right, we got our eggs all peeled up. Now, remember I was telling you guys and showing you how easy it was with the spoon? Well, when I turned off, where'd it go? This one. I turned off the camera and I picked up the next egg to do. It didn't want to peel. Look at that. Just only one of the whole bunch that did it. Lost part of my egg. I'll survive. We'll put that one in the salad, in the ham salad. So one of the other things you can do is, now that you've got your eggs peeled, a lot of people just throw these away. Now, if you live where you have any type of garden, whether it be flower gardens or regular gardens, or if you live out on a ranch farm type thing and you have chickens, what you can do with these eggshells, is put them in the oven on a cookie sheet on low for 3 or 4 hours, bake them down. Or if you're going to fire up your grill, double duty, throw them in a pie tin, throw them out there and let them cook out on the grill while you're cooking dinner on the grill. And then what you do is you crush them up, either by hand, in a bag with a rolling pin, or throw in your food processor and get them into like a fine powder. And then put them back in your soil. You can put them in your house plants. You can put them in your garden, put them in your flower bed, because the body needs calcium. Well, the soil needs calcium as well, so that the fruits and vegetables do better. So here's another thing that you can put out there. Do not put them out there like this. If you put them out there like this, where they've been like fresh eggs, they're raw, or even shelled ones like this, you will attract critters. And if you live in the city, probably a raccoon or a possum. If you live outside the city, there's no telling what kind of critter you can get. We got them all out here. So don't just put them out there until after you have baked them. Just a little heads up there. So now we have our eggs. So I'm going to take 4 eggs and we're going to chop them up. I'm going to show you guys a trick. It's not really a trick so much as just the way that my mom taught me how to do them. And I'm having some problems. I'm having to my little machine that holds my phone, the little wire thing on it just went and it just, so now I got to carry y'all around. So you take your egg. You can either put them on a chopping board and chop them all up, or I just take them, take a sharp knife, cut it in half again, and then I'm going to take the knife and I'm going to go chop, 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 chop. Right there in my hand. Yes, in my bare hand with no gloves. Just like that. So then you just wind up with little pieces of egg that look like that. And I'm putting 4 in here. And the others over there, I'm going to let those sit. And in a few minutes, when I get to it, I will take them and I will put a paper towel in a container with a lid. And I will put my eggs in there. Now, the reason for the paper towel is your eggs are going to sweat. It's just what they do. No, doesn't matter if you let them sit out and get all room temperature. It's just what cooked eggs do. They sweat. So if you do that, your eggs don't get slimy. So I do that. We're going to do that the same thing with the celery. You take a paper towel, or 2 or 3 if you have those little tiny things, and you wrap it around the celery. Right now that celery's sitting over there with all the water draining out of it. Okay, so now I'm going to pick this up. Y'all can see the eggs are in there. I like my eggs a little bit chunkier. If you don't like them chunkier, cut them up smaller. Or again, you can put them in the food processor. I have an acquaintance of mine that she doesn't boil eggs. She cracks them open, puts them in a container, and glass container, throws them in the microwave, and lets them do their thing. And then she puts them in the food processor. I'm like, hey, if it works for you and makes you happy, it's all manners. So now we have, voila, easy ham salad. It probably took us, I don't know, we've been at this 24 minutes and half of it wasn't working, so 15 minutes maybe. to make this ham salad. Really good. And you can add, if you want to kick it up a notch and add something spicy to it, feel free. You can put bell peppers in it if you want. You know, you can do what you want with your ham salad. Go to Pinterest, type in ham salad, keto ham salad, if you're really wanting to stay away from sugars. And it will just have all kinds of recipes. I mean, you can put hot sauce in here, bell peppers in there, jalapeno peppers. You can put that spicy stuff. You can put wood smoked salt in it if you want. You can do anything. So that's those things. Now I'm going to show you guys the thing with the celery, because a lot of people over my lifetime of over 50 years complain about the fact that they lose more than half of their celery. And that's why they don't like to buy it, because they're not real fans of it, and they lose half of it. It's a waste of money. And it is if you don't use it. So let me show you, bring you back over here. All right. Now, this is the celery that we had a while ago. We washed this, okay? I tore off a couple of pieces that were bad down here and took off the stalks that I wanted to use. Now, just take it, wrap it like this, just like this. Now, the inside of this bag is going to be moist because that's where the celery was. Not to mention that that celery was dirty. So, you take it and you go just like this. So, you, my friend, are recycling because you are using this bag more than one time. Voila. And change the paper towel every time you use your celery. And you will use almost all your celery before it goes bad. All right. And that's about all I have to share with this recipe. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm going to be posting it on TikTok under Mama Says. And that is linked to Mama Says on my Facebook page. So you can look at it over there as well. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you have any thoughts or ideas, something you'd like to add, or how your mama does it, by all means, please post them. But remember, Mama says, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Bye, everybody.